Boom. Whoa. A wild YouTube commentator appeared. It's probably what you're thinking right about now. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, I welcome you to this video. Brought to you by me. I will be commentating over some Call of Duty gameplay. So sit back, maybe grab yourself a drink or a snack, and relax. Today's commentary topic is the theme of the friends list. What friends list, I hear you ask? Well, an Xbox 360 friends list. And I just want to talk about today, essentially, spoiler alert, why it is not important and doesn't mean anything. Now, after over years and years, your Xbox 360 friends list, well, come on, let's talk properly. Thank you. The 360 friends list has, I guess, been something of a status. People want to add other profiles who have like OG gamer tags, quote unquote. OG gamer tag profiles will add each other to have a quote unquote stacked friends list. And basically, what I'm getting at in today's commentary is, why do people treat friends lists with such importance? Let's take the example of the small yet tight knit MW2 community on Xbox 360. I've heard people who I've played with, not really on my part because I don't find friends lists that important, and I haven't really said it about me because I have a lot of people on my friends list who are quite prominent in this little MW2 community we've got on the Xbox 360. But I've heard people who I've played with like trash talk other people for having I don't know, for being like randoms and not having certain people on their friends list, and it's like, if you don't have certain people on your friends list, then you are a bad player or you're not worth talking to or playing with. It's honestly really immature. It's something that sounds like it's coming straight out of Mean Girls. What I'm getting at is, people treat the friends list like something that's super important. Who you have on your friends list determines apparently how good you are, how important you are. But I'm gonna tell you right now, it doesn't. And I think people treat it with such importance because, in a sense, it does give off an indication as to who you usually play with and who you usually associate with. And I will admit, I am guilty of doing this myself. So, for example, if I'm playing in a squad or with some people who I do know, and then there's someone who I don't know, I will check the friends list to see, hey, do they know my mutual friends? Do we have any mutual friends? And from there, I can kind of get a verdict of whether or not they know my circle. And if they know the circle of people I know, then generally I can assume that they are an alright person. So I think that's the attitude that a lot of people have towards a friends list, but some people take it further and think that you are irrelevant or a quote unquote a random if you don't have certain people on your friends list, which is just stupid. And people also treat friends list spots, because on the 360 friends list, if you'll remember, you have a grand total of 100 slots. It's not unlimited like the Xbox One or Series X friends lists. So I think that's why people treat it with such grand importance. Sometimes they'll send a friend request to someone and they will just not accept it, and they'll be like, oh, okay then. I guess I'll just sit here. But people treat it like it's so important, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's not. Who is on your friends list shouldn't be determined off of who is known or who is a really good player. It should be determined off of who you actually want to play with and who is a nice person, who gives you, who is fun to play with and gives you a decent time while you're online with them. But people seem to have kind of lost that and seem to think that it's really important to have people with a certain gamer tag, a certain playstyle, and a certain caliber of skill on their friends list, which I think is the stupidest thing ever, because, okay, your friends list may be limited to 100 slots, but I hate to burst your bubble, you can't present it to someone in real life and be like, hey, look at my friends list, it's stacked full of these 3, 4 gamer tag profile, 4 letter gamer tags, these profiles, or it has this person who is known in the community, or this person is a known trick shotter, and people want to be as good as them, and I have them on my friends list, so that means I'm good. Kinda doesn't really mean that. So yeah, just rein it in a little with how serious you take friends lists, please. I mean, they're really not the be all and end all, and Xbox 360 friends list have been out for years, but people still treat them with some grand importance. But hate to break it to you, that's not the case. Now, they are important to a certain extent. You know, you can get a feel for who someone generally plays with, and yeah, it's cool seeing if, you know, this new person you're playing with, if they have mutual friends to you, then you're like, hey, maybe I can get to know this person. So it's important in that sense, but the rest of it's just kind of superficial and meaningless. Who you have on your friends list doesn't define you as a player or a person when you're online, so it's not really of any grand importance. Anywho, there isn't exactly one specific point to this commentary so far as just highlighting the relative unimportance of an Xbox friends list. And yeah, don't take it too seriously. Don't judge someone's skill or personality just based off who they have on their friends list, because believe you me, it's not that important. Thank you very much for watching this commentary. If you would like to watch another one, the option to do that will probably be, in fact, no, I can promise you, I can guarantee you right now, on the left of your screen, the option to do that will be there. However, if you would like to take a little look at the channel, the option to do that will be on the right of your screen. Left or right, they're both equally important options, or if you don't want to do either and you just want to let the video end, that's all good. But the video is ending now, so I'd recommend you do one of those, or you select another video, possibly of mine, possibly of not, which is equally worth your time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.